So hello everyone, my name is Rafael. Thank you for download my A330 merge. So I'm here to show you some tips on the operation of it. So first thing, unfortunately some things cannot be operated on the virtual cockpit, just on the 2D panel. So I'm here on the Guarulhos with the A330 300 from Swiss, prepared from a flight to Rio de Janeiro. So I have the weights already prepared, the flaps configuration settings at least on my paperwork. Only this I will not show, is not a flight tutorial, just small tips on this merge operations. So first thing, so we are here already on the runway with the aircraft cold and dark, and now we're gonna have a quick start just to show you how to operate some things on the virtual cockpit. So the first thing is to start on the 2D panel. Also, our aircrafts start on the flight simulator on the 2D panel. So first thing is to open here the overhead, clicking right here on the top of the autopilot panel. Then you switch on the batteries, the fuel pumps, as we're gonna use the APU to start the engines, the APU generator and the APU battery, so also the nav light. And we can start APU, put the signs on, so you're gonna have our time to do that clearly, so you can see the pages here. In this case we are using a Rolls-Royce engine, so you can see the entry indication here. You can see also the APU is starting on, so we're gonna already let this key here to have the engines prepared to be started. So you can see the autopilot panel is not configured, so you can see the engine page here. So we're gonna switch to the virtual cockpit. So you can see here the virtual cockpit configured. So you can open the icons here clicking on this red, so you can see the FMGC, the autopilot controls, and as well the lower ECAM controls. So you do not, during flight you do not have to come back to the 2D panel. You can open and close this how many times you like. So we return to the 2D, unfortunately, to have to open the APU bleed. And then I'm gonna show you how we can start the engines from the VC. First thing, we're gonna open here, checking the engine page, the APU page, everything is okay. The bleeds page, the APU bleed is open. So you can start returning to the engine page and start by clicking on that button. You can see the engine splitting up, engine starting. You can hear the sound of these two mighty Rolls-Royce engines. After 17%, just switch the fuel. So I forgot to put the beacon on. You can put on the VC. You can control all the lights except the strobe from the VC. So to start the engine one, you're gonna see this weird thing, that key will move, but the engine will work as well. Pretty nice audio downloaded from Flight Sim. So you just started the engine number one. So I'm gonna assume that's a real operation, so you already have your FMGC configured, all the paperwork you need for takeoff, your rotate plan and your gross weight inserted, your V1, VR and V2 inserted and everything. So as I said, it's not a flight tutorial, so you come back, you can check your flight controls, your takeoff trim. So you just have to set it, put the flaps on. You don't need to set the autopilot from the 2D, so the auto brake on max. Then you can set up your AP autopilot controls here to the altitude you want. So we have to return here. So after the engine start, you can, in the runway, you can configure a key, a shortcut to be the strobe, but the nose lights, and the landing lights you're gonna have to use Control L. Not work on the VC controls as well. So you close it there and start to take off. Don't mind the lever climb here. It's just because I reloaded the plane on this tutorial. Normally you're gonna see the takeoff go around. So you can also configure your altimeter, adjust your key and age. Just open, close is up to you. Just to remind you, this is setting, this aircraft is set on kilos. You can change to pounds. The fuel planner works well, the load manager, and the normal PSS controls. So you can close it out if you want. See? Gently take off. I settled the shortcut for the auto brake. A is low and D is medium. F is for maximum. Never use maximum auto brake for landing, and do not arm speed brake on ground, only on flight. So you can open autopilot and control your aircraft, your autopilot icon. Mini panel. See, you don't have to return to the 2D, and as well the autopilot's indication will be shown on the virtual cockpit autopilot menu. Right here on the middle you can see 6,000 feet and the heading we choose. So that's it. I hope you like it. Any questions, rafapiloto195@gmail.com. Thank you.